Zara Chen wiped the sweat from her brow as she tightened the last bolt on the engine. The hum of machinery filled the air in her small repair bay, located on the edge of human space. Stars twinkled through the large window, reminding her how far she was from Earth. At just 25, Zara was known as the best mechanic in this part of the galaxy. Humans and aliens alike sought her out when their ships needed fixing. Her skills were legendary, but today had been quiet. Zara stretched and thought about closing up shop early. Suddenly, alarms blared throughout the station. A ship was coming in fast, too fast. Zara rushed to the control panel and saw an alien vessel heading straight for her. Its engine was trailing smoke, and it was clear the ship was in trouble. "This is Zara Chen of Human Repair Station 7. She called over the comm. "Can you slow down?" Static crackled. Then a panicked voice responded. "Engine failure. Can't slow down." Zora's mind raced. The ship was coming in too hot for a normal landing. She had seconds to act. With swift movements, she activated the station's emergency tractor beam. It locked onto the alien ship, slowing its approach. The ground shook as the vessel crashed into the landing pad. Zara grabbed a fire extinguisher and ran outside. Smoke billowed from the ship's engines. As Zara put out small fires, the ship's door opened with a hiss. 3 tall, blue-skinned aliens stumbled out, coughing. Their captain, marked by intricate patterns on his skin, approached Zora. "Thank you for saving us," he said in broken English. "I am Captain Zix of the Blorxian trade ship Star Chaser. Can you help us?" Zora nodded, her eyes already examining the ship's damage. "I'm Zora. Don't worry. I'll have you flying again soon." What happened? As Zix explained their engine troubles, Zara circled the ship. Her trained eye spotted the problem immediately. "Your warp core is misaligned," she said. "It's an easy fix, but it could have been deadly if you jumped to warp speed." The aliens looked at each other in shock. "But we just had our ship checked at the Galactic Central Station," Zix said. "They said everything was fine." Zara shrugged. "They missed it. It happens. Now let's get to work." Over the next few hours, Zara showed why she was the best. Her hands moved with practiced ease, adjusting and repairing complex alien tech as if she'd been born to it. The Blorxians watched in amazement. "How do you understand our technology so well?" one of them asked. Zara grinned as she reconnected a power coupling. "Machines are machines, no matter where they're from. Once you understand the basics, the rest is just details." As the final repairs were completed, Zara stepped back to admire her work. The Star Chaser looked better than new. She'd not only fixed the warp core, but had made several improvements to the engine's efficiency. Captain Zix ran a diagnostic, and his eyes widened in surprise. This is impossible," he muttered. "Our ship is running at 120% efficiency. How did you do this?" Zara shrugged modestly. "I saw room for improvement and made some tweaks. It's no big deal." But to the Blorxians, it was a very big deal. As they prepared to leave, Zix approached Zora one last time. "We've visited repair stations across the galaxy," he said solemnly. "None compare to what you've done here. We will spread word of your skills to all we meet." Zara thanked him, not realizing the impact his words would have. As the Star Chaser took off, flying smoother than ever before, she simply turned back to her workshop. There were always more repairs to be done. Little did Zara know that this encounter would change everything. The word of her unmatched expertise was about to spread across the stars, bringing countless alien ships to her humble repair station. The quiet life she knew was coming to an end, and a new adventure was just beginning. As the Star Chaser disappeared into the distance, Zara Chen, the celestial mechanic, stood at the edge of her landing pad. She looked out at the vast expanse of space, unaware that she had just taken the first step towards changing humanity's place in the galaxy forever. Days turned into weeks, and Zara Chen's life at Human Repair Station 7 slowly changed. More alien ships began to arrive, each with a story about hearing of her skills from others. The once quiet repair bay now buzzed with activity day and night. One morning, as Zara fixed a tricky anti-gravity drive, a sleek silver ship glided into the station. Its pilot, a tall insectoid alien named Crick-Crack, bounced excitedly on his four legs as he approached her. "Are you the famous Zara Chen?" He clicked in his native language, which Zora's translator rendered into English. "I've traveled 3 galaxies to find you." Zara raised an eyebrow, wrench in hand. 3 galaxies? That's quite a journey. What seems to be the problem? Crick-Crack's antennae twitched. "No problem. I came for an upgrade. They say you can make ships fly better than their designers ever dreamed." This was new. Usually, aliens came with broken ships, not working ones. Zara examined Crick-Crack's ship, admiring its smooth lines. "It's a beautiful vessel," she admitted, "but I think I see room for improvement in the engine cooling system." For the next 2 days, Zara worked tirelessly on Crick-Crack's ship. She redesigned the cooling system, tweaked the warp drive, and even added a few human touches to improve comfort. When she finished, the ship purred like a contented cat. Crick-Crack was overjoyed. "Magnificent." He chittered, running all 4 hands over the gleaming hull. "Wait until the galactic racing circuit hears about this." Zara's eyes widened. "Galactic racing circuit? You're a racer." The insectoid alien nodded proudly. "The fastest in 3 sectors. And now, thanks to you, I'll be even faster." As Crick-Crack zoomed away, Zara realized her reputation was growing far beyond simple repairs. She was becoming known as an innovator, someone who could push alien tech to new limits. The next few months were a whirlwind. Ships of all shapes and sizes arrived at the station. Some came for repairs, others for upgrades, and a few just to meet the human mechanic everyone was talking about. Zara worked harder than ever, often sleeping in her workshop to keep up with demand. But she loved every minute of it. Each new ship was a puzzle to solve, a challenge to overcome. One day, a massive cruise liner dropped out of warp speed near the station. It was the Stellar Dream, famous for its luxury trips around the galaxy. Its captain, a jovial blob-like alien named Gloop, oozed onto the landing pad to meet Zara. "Ms. Chen," Gloop burbled happily. "We've come for the Zara special. Our passengers demand the smoothest ride in the galaxy, and we've heard you're the one who can provide it." Zara surveyed the enormous ship, her mind already racing with ideas. "It'll take some time," she warned. "A ship this size isn't a quick fix." Gloop waved a gelatinous tentacle dismissively. "Take all the time you need. We've cleared our schedule for a month. Money is no object." For the next 4 weeks, Zara threw herself into the biggest project of her career. She redesigned entire systems, integrated human and alien tech in ways never seen before, and even invented a few new components along the way. When she finished, the Stellar Dream wasn't just smoother, it was faster, more efficient, and more luxurious than ever before. Gloop was ecstatic, promising to spread word of Zora's skills to every corner of the galaxy. As the cruise liner departed, Zara stood in her now empty repair bay, marveling at how much had changed. Her little station had become a hub of intergalactic activity. Aliens from hundreds of worlds now spoke her name with respect and awe. But with fame came new challenges. As Zara watched the Stellar Dream disappear into warp, her communication panel lit up. It was a message from Earth Central Command. "Zara Chen," the stern voice said, "your work has attracted the attention of some very powerful beings. We need to talk about the future of human-alien relations." Zara took a deep breath. She had a feeling her adventures were just beginning. As she prepared to answer the call, she couldn't help but smile. Who would have thought a simple human mechanic could change the course of galactic history? The stars twinkled outside her window, holding the promise of even greater things to come. Zara Chen, the mechanic who amazed the stars, was ready for whatever the universe had in store for her next. The message from Earth Central Command had been clear. Zara's skills were drawing too much attention. Some alien races were getting nervous about humanity's rapidly growing influence in galactic affairs. But before Zora could worry about the implications, a new crisis arose. One quiet afternoon, as Zora tinkered with a faulty plasma injector, the sky outside her station suddenly darkened. A massive ship, easily 10 times the size of anything she'd seen before, dropped out of warp space. Its hull was scarred and blackened, with entire sections missing or barely hanging on. Zora's comm system crackled to life. A deep, resonant voice boomed through the speakers. "Human repair station. This is High Commander Solnak of the Zygonian Empire. We have a challenge for the one called Zora Chen." Heart-pounding, Zora answered the call. "This is Zora. What kind of challenge?" A hologram flickered to life in her workshop. Solnak was tall and imposing, with metallic skin and glowing red eyes. "We have heard tales of your skills, human. Some say you can fix anything. We shall see if that is true." The massive ship outside creaked ominously. Solnak continued, "This is the Zygonian battlecruiser Eternal Flame. It was nearly destroyed in a battle with our enemies, the Vortexians. Our best engineers say it cannot be salvaged." Zora's mind raced, already analyzing the damage she could see. "And you want me to fix it?" Zolnak's metallic face twisted into what might have been a smile. "Not just fix it, human. We challenge you to make it better than it was before. If you succeed, the Zygonian Empire will throw its full support behind humanity's bid for greater standing in the galactic community." Zora's eyes widened. This was huge. Earth's Central Command had been trying to gain more influence for years. With the Zygonian support, humanity could finally have a real voice in galactic affairs. "And if I fail?" Zora asked, though she already knew she would accept the challenge. Zolnak's eyes glowed brighter. "Then you will have proven that humans are not as special as some believe. Your reputation will be destroyed, and your repair station closed." Zora took a deep breath. "I accept your challenge, High Commander. When do we start?" "Now," Solnak boomed. In a flash of light, Zora found herself transported to the bridge of the Eternal Flame. The interior was as bad as the outside. Consoles sparked, smoke filled the air, and the floor was tilted at an alarming angle. A team of Zygonian engineers stood nearby, looking skeptical. One of them, a younger Zygonian named Zek, stepped forward. "We'll assist you as needed, but the work must be your own." Zora nodded, already moving towards the main engineering console. Her fingers flew over the alien controls, quickly grasping the ship's systems. "First things first," she muttered. "Let's stop this ship from falling apart completely." For the next week, Zora worked nonstop. She slept in short bursts, ate on the go, and pushed herself harder than ever before. The Zygonian engineers watched in amazement as she fearlessly tackled systems far beyond human technology. Zora's greatest challenge came when she discovered the ship's main power core was critically unstable. "We need to eject it," Zek warned. "There's no way to save it." But Zora had an idea. Combining Zygonian tech with principles from human cold fusion experiments, she designed a new type of power core on the spot. "It's risky," she admitted to the stunned engineers. "But if it works, this ship will have twice the power it had before." As the new core hummed to life, the Eternal Flame shuddered. For a heart-stopping moment, Zora feared she had made a terrible mistake. Then systems across the ship began to light up. The deck straightened, the air cleared, and a low, powerful thrum filled the air. High Commander Solnak strode onto the bridge, his metallic face unreadable. He surveyed the now-functioning ship, pausing to examine readouts that showed capabilities far beyond the original specifications. Finally, he turned to Zora. The human mechanic stood tall, exhausted but proud. Solnak's eyes glowed brightly as he spoke. "Zora Chen of Earth," he intoned formally, "you have not just met our challenge. You have exceeded it in ways we could not have imagined. The Zygonian Empire acknowledges your skill and innovation." Zora allowed herself a small smile. "Thank you, High Commander." Does this mean? Zolnak nodded. We will support humanity's bid for greater influence in galactic affairs. Your people have proven their worth. As the Zygonians celebrated around her, Zara felt a mix of pride and anticipation. She had won a great victory for Earth, but she knew this was just the beginning. The galaxy was watching, and humanity's future among the stars looked brighter than ever. The success with the Zygonian battlecruiser Eternal Flame catapulted Zara Chen and human engineering into the galactic spotlight. As news spread, more alien races sought out human expertise. Zara found herself at the center of a technological revolution. One sunny morning, as Zara sipped her coffee and reviewed repair requests, an alarm blared. A ship was approaching at high speed, but this was no ordinary vessel. It was a Quandrax research ship belonging to one of the most scientifically advanced races in the known galaxy. The ship, named Cosmic Seeker, docked with a gentle hiss. Its captain, a tall, willowy being with iridescent skin named Silva, glided out to meet Zara. "Greetings, Zara Chen," Silva said, voice melodious. "We have come seeking your unique problem-solving abilities." Zara raised an eyebrow. "I'm honored, but what could the Quandrax possibly need from me? Your technology is centuries ahead of ours." Silva's skin rippled with what might have been embarrassment. "We have encountered a puzzle we cannot solve. Our latest deep space probe has malfunctioned in ways we don't understand. We hoped a fresh perspective might help." Intrigued, Zara followed Silva into the Cosmic Seeker. In the ship's lab, she found a sleek silver probe. It looked simple on the outside, but Zara knew it likely contained some of the most advanced tech in the galaxy. "It's designed to study black holes," Silva explained. "But something went wrong on its last mission. It's broadcasting gibberish and won't respond to commands." Zara circled the probe, her mind racing. "May I open it up?" The Quandrax scientists looked shocked. "Open it, but the interior is incredibly complex. You couldn't possibly." "I need to see how it works," Zara interrupted gently. "Sometimes the simplest solutions come from understanding the basics." Reluctantly, they agreed. As Zara carefully opened the probe's casing, she felt a rush of excitement. This was alien tech beyond anything she'd seen before, but as she examined the intricate components, patterns began to emerge. "Fascinating," she muttered. "You've designed this to think almost like a living being." Silva nodded. "Yes, it needs to make split-second decisions near black holes. But now it's acting erratically, almost as if it's afraid," Zora finished. The Quandrax stared at her in surprise. For the next few hours, Zora worked tirelessly, combining her understanding of machines with something uniquely human: empathy. She realized the probe, with its advanced AI, had experienced something traumatic near the black hole. Its erratic behavior was a form of self-preservation. Using a mix of Quandrax tech and human intuition, Zara created a simple interface that allowed them to communicate with the probe. It was like coaxing a frightened animal out of hiding. Slowly, the probe began to respond. It shared data from its last mission, information that made the Quandrax scientists gasp in awe. The probe had discovered something new about black holes, something that challenged their understanding of the universe. As the excitement died down, Silva approached Zora. "How did you know to treat it like a living being?" Zara shrugged. "Humans have a long history of forming attachments to machines. We see life in things others might consider inanimate. Sometimes that perspective helps us solve problems in unexpected ways." The Quandrax were amazed. They had come seeking engineering help, but had received a lesson in human creativity and empathy. As they prepared to leave, Silva made an unprecedented offer. "Zara Chen, we would be honored if you would consider joining our next research expedition. Your human perspective could be invaluable." Zara was stunned. The Quandrax were notoriously selective about who they worked with. This was an opportunity beyond her wildest dreams. As the Cosmic Seeker departed, Zara stood in her workshop, mind reeling from the day's events. She had just helped one of the most advanced races in the galaxy solve a problem they couldn't crack. And now, she was invited to join them in exploring the universe's greatest mysteries. Zara realized that humanity's greatest strength wasn't just their engineering skills or problem-solving abilities. It was their capacity to see the universe in a different way, to find life, emotion, and connection in unexpected places. As she looked out at the stars, Zara felt a surge of pride. Humanity was proving its worth among the galactic community, not by mimicking other races, but by being uniquely, wonderfully human. The universe, it seemed, had been waiting for humanity's special touch all along. Zara Chen's name echoed across the stars. Her ingenious solutions to complex alien technological problems had captured the imagination of countless species. The once quiet human repair station, 7, had become a hub of intergalactic activity, with ships from every corner of the known universe lining up for a chance to experience Zara's magic touch. One particularly busy day, as Zara juggled repairs on 3 different alien vessels, her communication panel lit up with an incoming transmission. The holographic display flickered to life, revealing the familiar face of Admiral Zhang, Earth's representative to the Galactic Council. "Zara," the Admiral said, her tone a mix of pride and urgency, "your work has put humanity in the galactic spotlight. The Council has called an emergency session, and they want you to address them." Zara nearly dropped the hyper-spanner she was holding. "Me? Address the Galactic Council? But I'm just a mechanic." Admiral Zhang shook her head, smiling. "You're far more than that now, Zara. You've become a symbol of human ingenuity. The Council wants to hear directly from you about humanity's potential contributions to galactic society." As the reality of the situation sank in, Zara felt a wave of nervousness wash over her. She had never been one for public speaking, let alone addressing the most powerful beings in the galaxy. But she knew this was bigger than her personal comfort. This was about humanity's future among the stars. "When do they want me there?" Zara asked, straightening her posture. "Now," Admiral Zhang replied. "A transport is on its way. Good luck, Zara. The fate of Earth might well rest on your words." Before Zara could fully process what was happening, a sleek diplomatic shuttle arrived at the station. As she boarded, she caught sight of her reflection in the polished hull. Grease-stained overalls and disheveled hair weren't exactly appropriate attire for the Galactic Council. The journey to the Council's space station was a blur of nerves and hasty preparations. Zara tried to clean up as best she could, all while going over what she might say to the assembled galactic leaders. As the shuttle docked at the massive, gleaming station that housed the Galactic Council, Zara took a deep breath. She stepped out into a grand hallway filled with representatives from hundreds of alien species. Many turned to stare at her, whispering excitedly. An aide, a small purple-skinned being, approached her. "This way, Ms. Chen. The Council is waiting." Zara followed, her heart pounding. They entered an enormous circular chamber. Tiered seating rose high above her, filled with the most influential beings in the galaxy. At the center was a raised platform, clearly meant for speakers to address the Council. As Zara stepped onto the platform, a hush fell over the chamber. The head of the Council, a wise-looking entity with glowing ethereal features, spoke. "Zara Chen of Earth, you stand before the Galactic Council. We have watched your accomplishments with great interest. Tell us, what can humanity offer to our galactic community?" For a moment, Zara froze. The eyes of the galaxy were upon her. Then, she thought of all the ships she'd fixed, all the problems she'd solved. She thought of human history, of all the challenges her species had overcome. And she began to speak. "Esteemed members of the Council," Zara said, her voice growing stronger with each word, "humanity may be young compared to many of you. Our technology might not be the most advanced. But what we offer is something unique, our perspective." She went on to explain how humans approached problems differently, how their creativity and ability to think outside the box had solved issues that stumped even the most advanced races. She spoke of human empathy, of their ability to see life and emotion in the mechanical, and how this had led to breakthroughs in AI and machine interfaces. As Zara spoke, she saw nods of agreement ripple through the audience. Even the most skeptical council members leaned forward, listening intently. "We don't ask to replace anyone," Zora concluded. "We ask for the chance to work alongside you, to add our unique voice to the galactic chorus. Together, we can push the boundaries of what's possible." As she finished, the chamber erupted in applause. Species that had been skeptical of humanity's rise now cheered for their inclusion. The council head raised a hand for silence. "Zara Chen, you have spoken well for your people. The council will deliberate on humanity's role in galactic affairs. But know this, your words have opened many minds here today." As Zara left the chamber, surrounded by curious and admiring aliens, she realized that this was just the beginning. Humanity had taken its first real step onto the galactic stage, and the universe would never be the same. The days following Zora's speech to the Galactic Council were a whirlwind of activity. Humans were suddenly in high demand across the galaxy, with alien races eager to work alongside these creative problem-solving beings. But not everyone was pleased with humanity's rising influence. One quiet evening, as Zara tinkered with a particularly tricky warp drive, an urgent message came through from Admiral Zhang. "Zara, we have a situation." The Admiral's hologram flickered with worry. "There have been attacks on human outposts and repair stations across the galaxy. Yours might be next." Zara's blood ran cold. "Attacks? But why?" "Some factions see humanity as a threat," Zhang explained. "They fear our rapid rise in galactic affairs. We need you to." Suddenly, the transmission cut off. Alarms blared throughout Zora's station. She rushed to the control panel to see 3 unmarked ships approaching fast. "This is Human Repair Station 7, Zara broadcast. Please identify yourselves." The only response was a barrage of energy weapons fire. The station shook violently. Zora gritted her teeth and activated the emergency shields, a recent upgrade she'd installed, just in case. As the attack continued, Zora's mind raced. She needed a plan. Her eyes fell on the warp drive she'd been working on. It wasn't meant for a station this small, but desperate times called for desperate measures. Working feverishly, Zora began integrating the warp drive into the station's systems. Sweat beaded on her forehead as another blast rocked the station. The shields wouldn't hold much longer. Just as the final connection clicked into place, the shields failed. Zara slammed her hand on the activation button, praying it would work. There was a moment of terrible stillness, then a lurch that nearly knocked her off her feet. Stars streaked past the viewport as the entire station jumped to warp speed. When the station finally dropped out of warp, Zara found herself in an unfamiliar star system. The attackers were gone, but so was any recognizable landmark. She was lost in space. Before she could begin to figure out her location, a massive ship appeared nearby. It was unlike anything Zara had ever seen, its hull shimmering with an almost organic quality. A transmission came through. "Human vessel, this is the Sentinel of the Cosmic Watchers. We've been expecting you." Zora's jaw dropped. The Cosmic Watchers were thought to be a myth, an ancient race that observed the galaxy but never interfered. Yet here they were, and they had been expecting her. The Sentinel's ship engulfed Zora's station in a tractor beam, pulling it into a cavernous docking bay. As Zora stepped out, she was met by a being of pure energy, its form shifting and swirling. "Zara Chen," the being's voice resonated in her mind. "We have watched your species with great interest. Your arrival here is no accident." The being led Zora through corridors that seemed to defy physics, explaining as they went. The attacks on human outposts were orchestrated by a shadowy organization known as the Galactic Purists. They believed that younger races like humans should be kept out of galactic affairs. "But why bring me here?" Zara asked, struggling to take it all in. The energy being's form pulsed. "Because you, Zara Chen, have the potential to unite the galaxy in a way not seen for eons. The purists fear this, but we see it as necessary for the challenges to come. They entered a vast chamber filled with swirling holographic displays. Zara saw images of Earth, of alien worlds, and of terrifying threats lurking in the darkness between stars. A great darkness approaches, the Sentinel warned. The galaxy will need humanity's unique abilities to face it. But first, you must stop the purists from driving humanity back into isolation. Zara's mind reeled. Just weeks ago, she had been a simple mechanic. Now the fate of humanity, and perhaps the entire galaxy, rested on her shoulders. "What do I need to do?" she asked, her voice firm with determination. The Sentinel's form brightened. "We will provide you with information and technology. You must embark on a mission to expose the purists and unite the galactic community." As Zara nodded, accepting this monumental task, she realized her greatest adventure was just beginning. The stars themselves seemed to shine brighter, as if recognizing the pivotal moment in galactic history. Zara Chen, the mechanic who had amazed the galaxy, was about to become something more. A hero who would shape the destiny of countless worlds. Zara Chen stood at the helm of the sleek starship Unity, a vessel gifted to her by the Cosmic Watchers. Its hull gleamed with an otherworldly sheen, hiding technology beyond even the most advanced galactic civilizations. But it wasn't the ship's capabilities that occupied Zara's thoughts as she stared out at the star-speckled void. It was the weight of her mission. For the past month, Zara had zigzagged across the galaxy, gathering evidence against the galactic purists. She'd infiltrated their bases, hacked their communications, and slowly unraveled their conspiracy. Now, it was time for the final confrontation. "We're approaching the Galactic Council Station," announced Tlax, a multi-limbed alien who had joined Zora's crew early in her journey. "The purists' fleet is already in position." Zara nodded grimly. The purists had planned a show of force, intending to intimidate the Council into banning humanity from galactic affairs. Little did they know, Zara was about to crash their party. As the Unity dropped out of warp, a tense scene unfolded before them. Dozens of purist warships surrounded the Council station, weapons primed. On the other side, a hastily assembled defense fleet stood ready, including ships from races that had once been skeptical of humanity. "Open a channel to all ships," Zara commanded. Taking a deep breath, she began to speak. "This is Zara Chen of Earth. I have evidence that will expose the true nature of the galactic purists. To the Council and all peaceful races, I ask for a chance to present this information. To the purists, I offer one chance to stand down." For a moment, silence reigned. Then, chaos erupted. Half of the purist fleet turned on the other half. Confused chatter filled the communications channels. "It's working," Tlax exclaimed. "The evidence we leaked to the lower-ranking purist captains is causing them to revolt against their leaders." Zara allowed herself a small smile. It had been a gamble, but it paid off. As the purist fleet dissolved into infighting, the Unity slipped past towards the Council station. Inside the Grand Council chamber, Zara presented her evidence. She showed how the purists had orchestrated attacks on human outposts, manipulated galactic politics, and even sabotaged peaceful scientific missions. The Council members watched in shock as years of deception were laid bare. But Zara didn't stop there. Drawing on the knowledge given to her by the Cosmic Watchers, she spoke of the greater threat looming on the horizon, a threat that would require all races to work together. "We stand at a crossroads," Zara declared, her voice ringing through the chamber. "We can give in to fear and division, or we can embrace diversity and unite against the true dangers that threaten us all." As she finished speaking, the chamber erupted in discussion. Species that had been enemies for millennia now spoke urgently about cooperation. The head of the Council raised a hand for silence. "Zara Chen, once again, you have shown us the unique perspective that humanity brings to our galactic community," the Council head announced. "It is the decision of this Council that humanity be granted full membership, with all rights and responsibilities that entails." Cheers echoed through the chamber and beyond, as the news spread rapidly across galactic networks. Humanity, in one stunning moment, had gone from galactic newcomer to a central player in cosmic affairs. In the days that followed, Zara found herself at the center of a whirlwind of activity. The Unity became the flagship of a new galactic fleet, with Zara as its captain. Her crew, once a ragtag group of misfits, was now held up as an example of interspecies cooperation. But even as she accepted the congratulations of diplomats and admirals, Zara's mind was on the future. The threat the Cosmic Watchers had warned her about still loomed. Humanity's journey among the stars was just beginning. As Zara stood on the observation deck of the Unity, watching ships of 1,000 worlds working together in harmony, she felt a surge of pride and determination. Whatever challenges lay ahead, she knew that the spirit of human ingenuity, combined with the strength of their new galactic allies, would find a way to overcome them. The stars seemed to shine brighter as the Unity prepared to warp away on its next mission. Humanity had found its place in the cosmos, and the greatest adventures still lay ahead. With Zara Chen leading the way, the future of the galaxy looked brighter than ever before.